with everything that's great and wonderful, sometimes tragedy also happens. And the person that meant so much in my life, because when I was leaving Cuba with my mom and dad, as I got on that plane, and I recall last night I got teary-eyed because I didn't want to leave. And the only reason they left was because they wanted to have, I should have a future. And there was no future in Cuba at that time with that government that took over this wonderful country of mine. Now I am at the end of my career thinking about all this, and I said, where do I go from here? And she, unfortunately, comes down with multiple myeloma, which is a form of bone cancer that normally, I discovered later on, you can get from the environment that you live in or work in. And we went to the doctor. I kept her always by my side, and he asked her a question. He says, which is what leads me to Alumine. He says, did you work ever in your life? She says, yes, I had to. I was a bookkeeper accountant. He says, a bookkeeper accountant? I said, why are you asking her that question? And he says, because the type of cancer she has, she tells me that there is no cancer that she knows of in her family. And I'm curious about her profession. So she says, well, I worked for 14 years in this paper mill factory. And the man turned white when he heard this. He says, that's why you're here. I said, what does that have to do with why we're here? And he says, because, he says to me, was your office close to the actual plant? She says, it was right next to that plant. He says, was the environment kind of polluted? She says, very polluted. She says, the dust, the fine dust that came from the paper pulp seeped into the office, got onto the furniture, got onto my clothing, got onto my hair, onto my face. I was breathing, I was eating, and I had to wear a mask in order to be able to survive working there. And at the end of the day, I had to shake myself off of my hair because I was covered with dust all over the place. And she says, you worked there for 14 years? She says, yes. She says, that's the toxicity that you absorbed in your body from that profession that you were in and that surroundings that you live in. And he turns around to me, he says, Peter, you work in the salon industry and the beauty industry, right? I said, yes, I own 3 salons in New York City. He says, let me tell you something. People that work in dry cleaning, and he named a lot of professions in carpentry, working with asbestos, and in salons, you use a lot of chemicals, hairsprays, and you have a hair straightening, the Brazilian straightenings that now are so very popular. The fumes are so strong and heavy, they're so toxic. Acrylic nails, everything in that environment is constantly being, I was breathing constantly, day in, day out. And it was the accumulative effect that I was so concerned about. And then I started reading about chemistry. Why is my industry so polluted and toxic with the products that we're using? And I came to the conclusion, and that's why I wrote this book that's out of print right now, and I'm doing a revival on it, but I wanted to let the world back then know the dangers of the cosmetic industry, the dark side of the cosmetic industry. And I wrote a book called, very appropriately, and I entitled it, this is my creation, Dying to be Beautiful. And inside it exposes the hazardous ingredients that you can find in your cosmetics, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoos, moisturizers, baby products. I mean, the list goes on. And there are over 1,800 ingredients that are seriously considered hazardous and carcinogens. So with that in mind, I said, what is going on in this industry? I got to do something about it. And at that early stage in life, at the start of the millennium, I started reading and learning about chemistry, and I started learning about the good, the bad, and the ugly in the chemistry of the personal care products. And I promised myself one day to create a line of products that were healthy, that would perform to the maximum, because natural alone can't do it. So I wanted to use good, healthy science with nature, combine them together, and have a statement called beauty without compromise. And that's what I have in all of my products, beauty without compromise. You see results, you see the benefits, but you on not being poisoned by so many of those products that are still out there today. I've been talking about this since the 90s, about women wearing lipstick. Do you know that the majority back then of every lipstick you bought was filled with lead? And here you're putting it on your face, on your lips, to look attractive. And you know what lipstick does? You eat your lipstick. I mean, my wife, everybody I knew applies lipstick at least 2-3 times a day. And that is something that is so considered serious to really think about, because it isn't that you're putting on the lipstick, it's how often you do it. The accumulative effect, again, and using these types of products that can be really concerning to your health. And I decided to create a line of products that were really different, special, healthy, and good for you. And that's where we started with Alumine. I am so proud to say to you that, and as I told my story to ACN at that first day when we met, they saw the integrity that I had. They recognized the passion and the sincerity that I had to really bring to the market in general, and you especially at ACN, a product that you can feel confidence and have a tremendous pride and joy in using, because there is a difference. It isn't just a product that's good for you. Yes, it has the good preservatives, and it's vegan, it's natural, it has certified organic ingredients and good science combined with nature, as I said, because in the end, as a professional stylist in this industry, and I do hair, makeup, and skincare now, I want performance. It has to be performance-driven. Problems, solutions. Otherwise, don't waste my time. I used to tell companies when I was working before creating my line, I want products that provide results. You see, as soon as you can, the solutions and the benefits you get from these products. I have no time because my high-profile clientele, I got to know by working, I didn't say this before, but the people that I got to meet, Jackie Kennedy Onassis, for 16 years, we have an incredible professional relationship. She introduced me to Audrey Hepburn, to Princess Grace Kelly, to Faye Dunaway, and Elizabeth Taylor. That was one of my greatest and awesome experiences in life, and meeting and working with quite a number of years. And having these high-profile clienteles, they would ask, Peter, what do you recommend for my hair, for my skin, for makeup? If I gave them and recommended products that they didn't perform and deliver the results they were expecting, they didn't reflect on the product that it wasn't good. It was reflected on me that Peter doesn't know what he's doing. He's telling me to use products that really serve of no purpose. So I was so conscious to always provide the best integrity and performance in products, and that's what I swore to do when I created Alumine. And I am so happy to say that this day has been so special to me, because I've been with you now so many times, and I keep getting so many emails and before and after photos showing me the before and afters that are so impressive, that I thank you for sharing that with me and everybody else when I put it on Facebook. Somebody told me last night, he says, is that your real hair? Is that a wig? I said, you know, at 73 years of age, I have as much hair on me as I did when I was in my 20s. This is why. Right here. This serum I use every night. I don't leave home without it. I use it every night, minimum every other night. They asked me, well, how long should I use the serum for? I said, you'll notice results in 2 to 3 months. And you'll notice better results in 3 to 5 months. And in 6 to 8 months, you'll be very impressed. And in a year's time, you will probably be really impressed. But you know what happens? We all age. You can't help that. And the body starts deteriorating to some degree. I take good care of myself, as I was sharing last night with some of the IBOs. They asked me, what do you do to keep yourself fit and healthy at 73? You have more energy than you know what to do with. I said, I exercise. I go to the gym every day, every other day. I'm a fanatic about that. I mean, I'm lean and mean, and, you know, I really am very proud at this stage of my life to be able to say that. I also eat well, I eat right, I eat good food, I eat small portions, I walk a lot. So I don't smoke, I like drinking. I had a wonderful dinner with Jean-Francois last night, and champagne was so delicious, but I don't do that often. So I do watch what I put into my body, how I take care of myself. But this is very important to me because I am getting older, and this serum, as I use it on a regular basis, this is not to notice that my hair grew in and then I can forget about it. No, this is like taking supplements. You constantly use it because the older you get, the better the results will be, the longer you will keep your hair, the stronger and healthier your hair will be. And I am proud to say that all this is mine, and it just gets better at this time in life for me. The second product that I really, really appreciate, and they are all magnificent, that serum I use every single night. In the morning, I shampoo my hair with a Chinese herb shampoo and conditioner because I have a tendency to want to shampoo my hair every day. But you can also put it on the evening before you shampoo your hair in case you don't shampoo your hair every day. You should use it at least minimum 3 times a week, preferably every other night or every night. The second product that I cannot live without is the overnight age-defying treatment. This is at 73. If you can find a wrinkle on my face, I will give you $100. I'm not kidding you. Practice what you preach. I am a product of the product. I apply this every single night, and at my age of 73, I also use it in the daytime when I'm not using the Baruti oil because I need this. The Baruti oil is for somebody who's younger to use it in the daytime and use this at night. Or someone who's very young and doesn't need the age-defying treatment, just the Baruti oil will do sufficiently. I wash my face with a cleanser because I find the impurities living in Los Angeles, to remove them is so vital in the evening, and I use the facial cleanser. It gets rid of all the embedded dirt and impurities. And if you wear makeup as a makeup artist, it removes all makeup, including eye makeup. You don't need an eye makeup remover. This is just amazing. And in the morning, I scrub my face, wash my face with the pumpkin scrub to get rid of, because as you get older, you build a lot of dead layers that do not fall off as they should. And that pumpkin scrub just eliminates. And if you see the glow on my face, it's due to that pumpkin scrub. So I can say to you that we have an incredible amount of products that I don't have a lot of time to go with. One of the shampoos, because I'll admit, my hair color is the white, I don't have a white shirt. It's as white as the shirt I intended to wear. I dye my hair, but I need a lot of hydration because in Los Angeles, it's a super dry climate. Los Angeles, most people don't know, it is a desert, and this city was built on a desert, so it's extremely dehydrating. And I love the soy and baobab shampoo, and I alternate with the Chinese herbs because my hair needs a lot of hydration due to the hair dye that I do use to try to look younger as much as I can. I am so proud of the products, everything in here. Oh, by the way, we have 2 products, the eye gel and the Emblica eye product. And last night I was telling everybody, if you have dark circles under your eyes, as I do, lately especially because I've been through with a lot of stress and traveling a lot, and to me, the Emblica is an amazing product to lighten these dark circles. So I use the Emblica at night all around my eyes, and in the daytime I use the eye gel to keep my wrinkles away. The Emblica will do that too, but the eye gel is a little bit stronger, more powerful for lines and wrinkles. And it helps to tighten and firm the skin. Before coming here this morning, I was very tired and jet lagged, and I could see a little bit of baggage around my eye area at the bottom. And the moment I applied that gel all around and let it sit for about 3 or 4 minutes, it was like a facelift. It tightened, and I mean, nothing is visible. As far as I can tell, I was very happy. These are the results that you get from Alumine. Problem solutions, they perform to the maximum. I want to leave you with one last experience that I had. 3 weeks ago, I was invited to a Boy Scout jamboree in Southern California. There must have been there at least 900, 1,000 Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts getting honors. So this from all over the country came to Disneyland to have this event, and they invited 3 guest speakers. One of them was Tony Robbins, another lady that happened to be involved in the Boy Scouts of America, who is very well known, though it's not familiar to me, but it was definitely to them, and yours truly, Peter Lamas. And I got invited there because two of the high-ranking Boy Scout officials know me very well, and my adopted grandson is a high-standard Boy Scout. He's got so many awards, and that day he was receiving his umpteenth award. And each one of us had 10 minutes to make a speech, and that empowers them, that gives them a great amount of confidence and vision to follow in their life. And that was my intent, not to go into the presentation, but at the end, you get 2 questions for each of the speakers. And the first question to me was, Mr. Lamas, from a little girl, I still remember little, she was about 15 years old. She says, Mr. Lamas, I've been listening to your speech, and you had the privilege of knowing so many great people. Can you tell us what it takes to become a leader? What is your opinion in what makes a great leader? And that, I said to her, you know, I wish you would have asked me the questions before I gave the speech, because this is such a impacting question that it would have given me the opportunity to really tell you this question in a way that I would have liked to have spent 10 minutes on, but I can't. And let me see if I come up with something that really deserves the proper answer to this very intelligent question. And can you put it up on the screen? Because this is what I came up with, and I think God was talking to me to make that impression upon these 1,000 people. A leader is not one who says, follow me. A leader is one who says, I'll go first. And that, for a second, there was silence in the audience. Silence, 9,000 kids, and you could hear a feather drop. And from nowhere, in those 2 seconds, everybody started stomping, yelling, screaming, hey! I was able to realize that my statement made a difference in their lives. And that is something that I'm very proud of to share with you tonight, because it isn't one who says, follow me. It's one who says, I'll go first. And I'd like to leave with you with that idea in mind, to make your life successful, to have confidence, and to be an example for so many of you that will be attracting people to join your team and become part of this great company, ACN. I wish you all the best in life, great success. I'll see you again soon, and thank you for your time and your attention. God bless you.